We also have some vegetarian cooking courses. If you are interested, we are only too happy to receive your call. Now, we must go down to something a little more subtle. Now, there are certain things we think about and it does not come up very clear in our mind. We don't get what we call a clear picture of what we should do in our life. Sometimes, we don't have an aim or a goal in life because our life seems to be full of confusion. And this is now, we would want to train you how you should discipline the five senses you have. Because if your senses is not clear, then your sense perception would not be clear as well. So you would be having problems. Now, if your mind is not clear, then your thinking problem would come. And if your intellect is not clear, then your discrimination problems manifest. So this can be taken care of by physical exercises, by the food you eat, by the liquids you drink, and by cleansing the body. Now, when I'm speaking in terms of cleansing the physical body, I'm not speaking only from the standpoint of having a bath, brushing your teeth, and combing your hair. Not at all. We are talking about something much deeper. You see, you must learn how to clear and clean up your stomach. You must learn how to clear and clean up your intestine so that it should function much better. Then you must know how to disintoxicate the system from an overall state. Now you are in a position now to get on with a discipline which is going to bring about that transformation of your personality, which is so important. And here we come to the technique of mantra yoga meditation. Now, mantra yoga meditation is a very special technique to activate all these inactive levels of the mind, and the inactive levels or the latent levels of our faculties. And we would always be so happy to activate these faculties and inactive levels to become active and conscious, so that we can be very conscious in what we are doing. We would become very aware, and this is where our success lies in life. Now, mantra yoga meditation is a very simple yet very deep and profound technique. Simple that even a child from 6 years can practice. Profound, even a professional of 60 or 70 years can also apply the technique. Now, whether you have an education or you do not have an education, you can also practice mantra yoga meditation. Since it is a philosophical technique, you do not need to change your religious belief in order to practice the yoga discipline. As a result of practicing the yoga techniques, you begin to unfold these latent faculties, and your capacity to understand your very own religion will improve. So there is absolutely nothing to lose by integrating this mantra yoga meditation technique in your daily activities to improve your life for the benefit of mankind as a whole. For your calls, if you have any questions, you can ask us directly, because we are here to clear up confusion, doubts, and whatever thing you might have in your mind, we are here to clear it out. So, we are speaking about the yoga philosophy and techniques and methods of how to change and transform your personality to become a better individual from every standpoint. Now, when we are dealing with the development of our mind, it means that we want to strengthen our mind. When our mind is very weak, you see, we get into all types of difficulties and problems. And as the yoga philosophy states, that the worst enemy we can have as an individual is a weak mind. And the best friend we can ever have is a very strong and powerful mind. So what are you doing to make your mind strong? Now, if you don't know and you don't have the technique, don't be afraid to call us. We are waiting and we are listening, and we are also there to help you to strengthen that mind of yours so that you would be more successful from every possible standpoint. Now, the yoga philosophy, you see, deals with moral codes as well. Moral codes means that you must make certain vows in order to do certain things so that your life can improve. Now, one of these things is that you should try to make a vow of not telling lies and not stealing. Now, we know fully well this is not so easy to comply with, but on the other hand, it is not impossible. Do not deny yourself a process or a discipline whereby you can begin to bring about these change. Now, don't forget, you must try your very best of not telling lies and not stealing anything, not even from your parents or your brothers and sisters or from your friends, from no one, because in the long run, this creates bigger problems in our lives. Now you see, telling lies is a habit, just like stealing is a habit. And we can change these habits by introducing something more powerful. Instead of telling lies, we tell the truth, or we try to observe speaking less. Instead of stealing, we should try the technique of giving. By giving, you will be amazed to know how you stop stealing right away. And if all your friends start giving each other certain gifts, then I am positive that stealing will be out of the question. Now, these are two positive vows that you can start right away in trying to perform. Another thing is criticizing. Now, we would like you to make a special effort to stop criticizing. What we would advise is you should try to give some constructive advice. When someone lacks a certain amount of development and they cannot do something right, criticizing makes the problem worse. But if you give some very positive, constructive advice, then you are helping the individual to improve or learning something more so that they can improve their lives. So we need some constructive advice in our environment. Now, we find that parents sometimes become very frustrated with their children. And they keep humming about, oh, you are good for nothing, you are foolish, you are stupid. After a while, the child might really think they are foolish because it is coming directly from the parent. Never encourage your child in these negative attitudes. No, you should help them. What they need is a little bit of attention, a little bit of fear, a little bit of love. And there is no better person to give that love from our parents directly, the mother, the father, and also the elder brothers and sisters in the home. And if we continue to cultivate such an atmosphere in our home, the little ones would only react likewise. So this is how you would be helping them very positive. As a result, they will do better in school, in their homework, and they also would be far more obedient to you, the parent, which you would like to enjoy this environment from your children. Now, the next point here is, we would like you also in the weekend to go out with your children. Sometimes during the week you might not have time, so don't let your children become strangers to you as the parent. So you have to make that up for the weekend. Saturdays and Sundays, go out together, go on a picnic, and have the time to listen to your children. Yes, listen to them. Listen to their little problem and give them the assurance how they can improve by your kind advice. Now, when the children begins to have this environment from their parents, then you automatically gain a friend. You gain a friend. And you gain a good, positive company. And this does not cost too much effort to establish this type of relationship with your children. And please do not limit that to your children. Try to extend that type of environment to the neighbor's children as well as to your neighbors. Because as neighbors, we are related one way or the other. And if there should be any emergency, the nearest one to us is our neighbor. So please try to maintain a very good, friendly relationship with your neighbors, because you don't know when an emergency might arise that you would need their help immediately.
Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma